Hi, I'm Renee Esquivel, and you're tuned into my YouTube channel, Technologist on the Go. It's July 27, 2023, and it has been 2 years and about 4 months since the Toyota dealer told me I had less than 5 days of usage left in my Prius. It's a 2013 Prius because the head gasket had blown, and I would need to fork out $6,000 to get that repaired, which repair included a brand new engine. And I have been using K-Seal and alternatives similar to it, and it has worked well. Let me show you how well it's worked, just jumping right into it, okay? This is an update now so that those of you can see I've gone well over 2 years on this solution. Okay, the proof is in the pudding. That's 390,354 miles. And that is a little more than 130,000 miles since I first applied the solution. And so there is hope for those of you in a similar situation where your head gasket is blown, and the hope is that for under $30 you might be able to greatly extend the life of your vehicle. Now, I do want to add that the vehicle's perform fine. It has the same amazing pickup for speed. A Prius will fool you. You put that in power mode and it'll take off really fast and will beat most cars in terms of how quickly it can take off. It performs well, has great speed. I haven't felt any loss of power in the transmission. I do, let me show you what I do carry in the vehicle as a precaution and as managing the situation with the gasket. So let me get into that. Okay, I have this here with me in the event that I noticed the vehicle blowing out a lot of white smoke again. Now, I haven't actually used this particular brand, so I can't speak to it, but it came recommended. I tend to get my products at O'Reilly's, and this is what I have on hand just in case. And also, I carry with me engine coolant. This I do have to add periodically because the vehicle still, I mean, you don't see it blowing white smoke or anything like that, but I do notice that the coolant levels do go down slowly. Let me take a look here. Okay, here's the coolant reservoir. And looking inside, I can tell I need to add some coolant. I periodically do have to add coolant to the vehicle, so that's important that I carry that with me. And in this case, I think I'm going to be adding a lot more than I normally would have. It looks like to me that the reservoir is pretty empty. So I keep coolant on hand with me for that purpose. And should I start losing a lot of coolant and blowing white smoke, well, that's why I have the gasket seal to do an emergency repair should that become necessary. Now, I have been asked in comments how I applied the fix, and I'm sure that I know for a fact that I have coulda, woulda, shouldas in terms of how I did it. But just let me tell you how I did it. And if there's better ways, well, I just know what I did and it worked, or perhaps I should say it still worked. I did let the coolant get low in the reservoir, and I just poured the solution into the reservoir. I did it on a cold start, and then I monitored as per the instructions. Some say the fix is pretty much in after 5 minutes, others say 10 or 15 minutes. I just followed the directions. Now, in my original video, I showed K-Seal, but I did add in comments that I had been applying solution every 20 to 30,000 miles, but I realized that what I was doing was applying a coolant leak fix, a solution for coolant leak. What I really needed to have done, and should have done from the outset, is get a gasket leak repair. While both coolant leak and gasket leak do absolutely involve the coolant, the gasket leak fix is supposed to have a better binding to the gasket. Since doing that, and I applied a solution that was for a permanent fix on the gasket, I haven't applied anything, I believe, in about 60,000 miles. And as you saw, I'm now over 390,000 miles. Now, in terms of which one, what I've done, because I can't always find the original one, the steel seal, or I can't always find that one, or K-Seal. Two different brands, but similar. Is I shop at O'Reilly's, so I just go to O'Reilly's and I ask the attendant there if he's personally used a gasket repair that he can recommend. About 1 in 4 will have done that, and they'll share with you what they've done and how well it worked. Thus far, no one has said they tried one and it was garbage and didn't do the trick. But as most just haven't had occasion to do that, my follow-up question is, of the gasket repair solutions that you sell, which one is the one that you sell the most? And have you had any customer feedback on it? And that they universally can say, oh, well, this is the one that we sell, and the customers like it best, and this is why, and this is the feedback they've received, and that has been important to me. Ultimately, that's why I got that Blue Devil that you see there, and I watched reviews for it. But on that, that's just for emergency on hand. I have never used that particular brand. But all of those mechanic in a can or mechanic in a bottle solutions, when it comes to the coolant leak, they actually do work. They do the job. Okay, so I hope this helps, and always post your comments. I am a troubleshooter and a technologist, but I'm not a mechanic. So there is a lot I simply don't know when it comes to automobiles, but I just had that feeling inside that I could get this fixed and not have to go, well, I frankly couldn't afford it. The $6,000 fix that the Toyota dealer was telling me I needed. Okay, again, post your comments, and if I make it to 500,000 miles, which is what I'm now hoping I can do, since I'm 30,000 miles over what I had hoped to do originally, I'm hoping another 110,000 miles, I'll post another video updating that. And again, please give me likes and subscribes. If you have a YouTube channel, I will do the same for your channel, and we'll mutually benefit each other and build each other up like good neighbors. Until next time, bye-bye.